Hey guys, welcome back to Voice of Crypto Online. It's me, Don, again. Um, and yeah, I am looking at a certain price chart um, and some recent news regarding Terraform Labs with their leader, Do Kwon, and Luna. The algorithmic stablecoin Terra. First, let me explain to some of our new viewers or people who might not know much about stablecoins or what an algorithmic stablecoin is, what Terra is. So, a stablecoin is basically a coin that stays in the same value, right? For example, Tether, right? Tether is tethered to the US dollar. So, one Tether will always be worth $1, right? And how they do this is by backing it physically with some sort of asset. For example, the Tether Foundation has about 80 billion US dollars, right, in their reserves, right? So they are able to basically guarantee up to $80 billion that Tether will be at $1, right? Now, an algorithmic stablecoin is completely different. An algorithmic stablecoin, there's nothing backing that up, that $1 rate. It's basically Terra uses its other coin Luna, right, with some arbitrage in the middle and some algorithms. It's used to ensure that Terra will always stay at $1 by ensuring that it could always be swapped for a certain amount of Luna. And for example, if you have, let's say, 1 Terra, it will always be able to be swapped for $1 worth of Luna, and thus that's how the uh, peg is guaranteed. So with Terra, what we're saying is that it has completely depegged, and just plummeted from $1 to 40 cents as of late, and this is called a death spiral by many, because the thing is, see, when Terra has lost half its value, what people will try to do is buy a lot of Terra, right? Because they're able to go and exchange 1 Terra, which they paid 50 cents for $1 worth of Luna, right? So they make 50 cents by getting in this plummeting down thing. But the issue here is this is a feedback loop that is completely unsustainable, because, well, the more the price goes down, the more people are going to be buying, and the more Luna gets minted, right, instead of being burned. And it just keeps on feedback, to the point where the whole system just crashes, becomes worthless. It's completely unsustainable, right? And, the biggest red flag, I mean, with anything, right? The biggest red flag to me is when Anchor, right, Terra's yield protocol, Anchor, they were giving 20% yield on their stablecoin, which is ridiculous, right? This is like alchemy. You guys can't create value out of nothing. It's impossible, right? And 20%, like, you know, Charles Ponzi, he was offering 11%, right? The inventor of the Ponzi scheme. He was only offering 11% interest. And so Do Kwon and Terraform Labs were giving 20% yield per year, which is ridiculous if you think about it. Because if anyone comes up to me and tells me that they will pay 20% interest rate per year, um, I will 100% think that they're trying to scam me, right? Because that's ridiculous, right? So that was one big red flag. But the other big red flag that you should be seeing is that, Terra USD is not pegged to the US dollar, it's pegged to Luna. And the fact that 1 Terra USD will always, right, in quotation marks, be able to be exchanged for $1, 1 USD worth of Luna, right? But the thing is, Luna needs to have a value for that. And if you look at the price for Luna right now, it's down 99.8%, from a top of Well, let's see the top off. Yeah, $116, 5th of April. One Luna, two, well, all-time low now at 0.01 cents, which is like all-time low 5 minutes, May 12th, 2022, all-time low of Luna, $0.01, with an all-time high at April 5, 2022, of $119. Yeah, yeah, that's a big ouch. I mean, 1 month ago, one Luna was worth $119, and now it's worth 0.01 cents. You know, and so there is contagion that's spreading as well. Are other algorithmic stablecoins safe then? Are stablecoins themselves safe? Um, are companies that give 20% yield and claim to be foolproof, are they safe? Everything comes into question. And with Do burning so much Luna and, causing the entire market to come down by using their huge Bitcoin reserves. I think he's sold about 30,000 Bitcoins so far out of his 180,000 Bitcoin reserve. And they're trying everything they possibly can to get Terra back to peg. By doing so, they're completely destroying people who are holding Luna because, like I said, $119 a month ago to 0.1 cents, 0.01 cents at that. 100% loss. So in about 30 days, people have lost 100% on something that's supposed to be guaranteed. And by doing so, they're also destroying the price of every other crypto out there, just straight up crashing to from a $2 trillion market cap to 1.28 right now, a 9.4% change in the past 24 hours. It's kind of, I mean, people will recover from this, right? People holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, the cryptos that are actually worth something, right? Worth holding, Yeah, sure, you lost 20 to 30% at this moment, but we all know that this is going to recover. The issue here is, um, people who held Luna just lost $120 overnight and per coin, which is ridiculous. So if I was holding, let's say, 100 Luna at $12,000, I've just lost it completely. And I'm getting tired of this thing where, like, the founders, like Do going around saying that, hey, this was a learning experience. We're very sorry for what we did and for failing this community. All this, this bullshit that they're saying. It's not like they are, it's like an experiment. We told you guys don't buy this, and that there's always a risk, in quotation marks, with the, agreement and the terms and all that, right? Sure, we get it. Investing always has a risk, but this is not risk. This is just straight up scamming people, right? Because nothing loses 100% value overnight. I mean, not even Charles Ponzi, not even he was giving 20% returns, that these guys were giving with Anchor, right? They were just straight up burning money, buying Bitcoin and all these other assets that are market correlated, trying to just keep their, algorithmic stablecoin at $1 and just giving out money to everyone so that more people keep using it. But the thing is, this becomes a complete feedback loop to the point where it's unsustainable, right? The money will come, the free money will keep coming, the 20%, until it doesn't. And at that point, it's just a death spiral, which just plummets out and you lost everything, right? And so this is the sort of risk that you wouldn't want to have. I mean, like if I had $1 million worth of Luna in Anchor, right? At previous month's rate, the high, um, and I was making 20%, which is about $200,000 a year, right? What happens is I would have lost everything, right? From the DPEG overnight. And so you need to think, is that $200,000 to 20% worth it at that point if you're going to be risking all your collateral to such a huge extent? It's not like you're risking, like with other platforms, you have some sort of security. You will know that, you might lose 20%, you might lose 30%, you might even lose 50%, but 100% is completely unheard of. And so at this point, this is just hurting so many people. So them going out, Dokon saying that, this is, an experiment, and we told you there's always risk, and blah 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 blah. The thing is, they don't realize that $500 billion doesn't come out of nowhere, right? $500 billion, that's money people, companies, families have lost. And sure, Binance with Changpeng Zhao, he might be able to take a huge hit. I mean, he's worth what, 61 billion US dollars right now. Yeah, he can afford to take $1 billion hit, but a family in America, they can't take $1 million hit. They just can't. And at this point, this is just more so where people, it's just straight up scamming at this point. I mean, scamming and complete incompetency, complete on the part of the team, just straight up recklessness that they have been engaged in, right? I don't know what to say about this at this point. I mean, at the top, the market cap for uh, Luna was $41 billion. And, you know, $41 billion, if you think about it, that's just a huge amount of money that people have lost. And I mean, that's just Luna. The market cap for Terra UST, I mean, look at that plummet, from, Jesus Christ, 18 billion to like what, 5, at this point with Luna. I mean, from 46 billion to just like 1.6. And I think most markets probably have suspended trading. Yeah, Binance withdrawal on hold for Luna. Binance has suspended Luna trading completely, but OKX, Kraken, Gate.io. I mean, yeah, okay, but again, most of them probably will have to shut down withdrawals completely because you just can't anymore at this point. It's done. It's done. This game is over, and yeah, $40 billion gone. I mean, Dokon, he's probably ran off somewhere, and this contagion is going to spread. We do not know if this can happen with other cryptos. We just don't, and it is really something that we need to think about as the crypto community. Um, and if we have positions in these other stable coins, should we be still interested in them? Are the risk amounts still the same? And lastly, should we be in companies that give out 20% yields? Are 20% yields even possible? We need to think about all this, and we should also, as a community, come up with ways where we can hold the team and executives of like Dokon. How will we hold them, um, to be responsible for all the fallout that they have caused and all the endless suffering that's going on with the complete crypto industry is being affected by this. I just don't get why, it's like Luna, right? The stable coin is completely different than Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that's focused on decentralization and democratization of money, where a stable coin is basically a centralized asset controlled by one person. So why would Luna buy Bitcoin, right? It doesn't make sense, because if Luna goes down, their reserves of Bitcoin, which they are trying to use, will also go down, right? Because it's a market correlated asset. So when Luna goes down, Bitcoin also goes down. So why do they have Bitcoin as their reserve asset? It's like, I don't understand at this point. At this point, it's just alchemy. It's not real. It just isn't. And we need to probably start divesting from our positions and getting out of these stupid 20% things, because, like, not even Bernie Madoff gave 20%. Bernie Madoff promised 12%. Charles Ponzi promised 11%. So 20%. If someone came to me and said that he was going to give me 20% a year, I would laugh at him and tell him to, I'm not going to use bad words here, but because that always is a scam. But when it comes to crypto, we don't look at it as a scam. We're like, oh, that's completely normal. And I mean, if 20% sounds so crazy to us right now, there are platforms offering 50% yields, 60% yields, and so yeah, you really need to get out of those platforms if you are part of it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching Voice of Crypto Online. Feel free to leave your comments and your thoughts. Join our social, and you can always request us to create any podcast that you want. Let us know. We are here for the community, and our community is the most important for us. So whatever you guys want, we will do, right? Always. And so thank you for being part of Voice of Crypto, all our existing community members, and for all the new people that are joining us. We really hope that we are doing a great job, and teaching you guys about cryptocurrencies and how to be safe with cryptocurrencies, because that is our goal at Voice of Crypto Online, is to teach all of you guys how to be safe. And it would hurt me the most if I saw someone having lost a lot of a lot of money, $120 per Luna, to 0.01 cents overnight, and so by doing all our podcasts, we hope to ensure that such things don't happen, and the crypto community as a whole will be able to hold these people responsible for doing the reckless things that they have done. Anyways, take care, and wish you all a great day. Stay safe.